Welcome to this episode of Discuss with Gus. I have a couple questions, but before I get to the questions to your letters, I wanted to let you know that I passed the Congenital Heart Features Act at a full committee this week, and this will save a lot of lives. It encourages more research, NIH money, and also better surveillance. So it's a very good bill. We've worked on it for a long time, and it's a reauthorization. I was one of the main sponsors of the authorization way back, well, 5 years ago, and now we're reauthorizing it and making it even better. We want to make sure that our children with congenital heart defects have a long lifespan, and we want to make sure that their quality of life is good as everyone else's, and this is an issue that's very close to my heart. I have family members and close friends with children who have congenital heart defects. So I was very pleased that we got bipartisan support in that effort. Well, now what I'd like to do is get to your letters. We have Linda from Newport Richey. Linda says, I'm very concerned about returning to the situation that led us to the financial crisis less than a decade ago. Please support regulating the financial industry. Well, we are going to pass hopefully we'll pass this afternoon, the Choice Act. We'll be voting on it in about an hour from now. And this does not revert back to the old ways, the old policies, Linda. As a matter of fact, we are going to make sure that we get rid of the Obama administration's too big to fail policy. Wall Street doesn't like it, but the community banks, it will be helpful to them, and also will be helpful to most importantly, our constituents and in the credit unions as well. So I am on the side of the people, on the side of the community banks, in the credit unions as opposed to Wall Street. So we'll enhance the criminal penalties because there are a lot of bad actors out there with regard to corruption. This is a good bill, a strong bill. We worked on it for quite some time, and I think we got it right. So I look forward to voting yes and getting this bill out of the Senate so that, again, we have better protections, but they're reasonable protections, and common sense protections, and getting rid of that mentality of too big to fail. So I'm very pleased that that will be on the floor of the House of Representatives this afternoon. The next letter comes from Connor from Hudson, Florida. He says, I'm very interested in your supporting Mr. Trump in the upcoming health and tax bills. I feel you may not be completely satisfied with all of the bill and are working to have them in our best interest. I would like to see your support in their passing this year. The two bills, and these are the president's priorities, health care and tax reform. And there are priorities as well in the United States Congress. We passed a bill that wasn't perfect, but it moved the ball forward. We anticipate the Senate voting on a bill probably the first part of next month, and we anticipate that bill to go to conference and make it even better than what it is now. So I promise you that we'll get a very good bill out. We'll cover many folks who do not have health insurance at this time. Obamacare is failing, and we have to do something for our constituents to make sure that they have quality, affordable health care. With regard to tax reform, that's moving in committee now. I believe the Ways and Means Committee will pass a good bill out by hopefully before the August break, and we'll get something out of the House before the end of the year. We haven't had good tax reform, comprehensive tax reform, since 1986 under President Reagan. It's long overdue. So in any case, we're working hard on those particular issues, and I appreciate the two letters. And again, keep the letters coming.